Started pull up in the U-Haul, you get your move on.
And they know they ain't seeing us. You pull all of your pen and I double cup. Wanna step at yourself, are you good enough? Wanna step at yourself, are you hood enough? If I hear them kids, know you pulling up. And now you laid out, they no getting up. I'm with your girl in the bedroom and it sound like shit.
I draw that little boy, ain't no getting up. Shorty, your horsey, I told her they my young city, yo. The granny, I had to tell her pick it. You in the feed, now anything under 18, just like met this from the club. She like 5'3", I think it ain't Lydia.
You know we unstoppable, man, it's impossible to stop us, we for sure on the road. Stay to myself, stay off the medium, chillin', they gon' play with the trolls. Going 100 in the I-8, I pray to God we don't lose control. No, I'm on a paper chase, my leader.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Carolina Panthers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll start on the ground with Madison, and he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in. Just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Here we go.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. The Panthers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Set, hut. Black chop. Ready?
Young off the play fake. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. He'll get it inside the 20. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Odell Beckham. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Pass caught here by Osborne. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice gain.
On play action, Cousins. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. Throw left side, and Osborne has it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for the secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw, Cousins. He has his target. It's Addison. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Osborne. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
On second down, here's the Wanderer. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Cousins. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Joseph's got it. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ready.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Set.
Eluding the pressure right. Young into the slide, and he's got a first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside play.
36 yards on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins to throw it. He'll get this to Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Cousins now from the 50. Flush to his right. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Here's Cousins. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Harris starts the drive on the ground. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Down. Fight. White. Ready.
On play action, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Short throw underneath to Hurst. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Ready.
Now Young. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Okay, go steal.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
6, mega. Fury, yellow. Hurry, hurry.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead stretch is denied. It's now 12-3. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Final play of the half, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast.
Each team making their final preparations for this second half.
Ready with
We're
our
about
EA
ready
Sports
too.
halftime
We'll send you
report.
back up to
Coach.
Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing, Young. That is caught by Thielen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you get...
Odell Beckham Jr. down the right sideline. Touchdown, Carolina. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, in pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people, and oftentimes you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
And they run with Harris off the option.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Ready.
The play fake. Now Young rolling to his right.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Listen to me.
Now Cousins. Flushed out. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Carolina! Hayden Hurst, 41 yards.
And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 23. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte.
To throw is Cousins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
36 yards.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Down.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Cheetah.
They'll run again with Harris. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Hey, check mega.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here we go. Hey, go Fury. Hut.
Harris running straight ahead. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards.
A gain of 45 yards. And the Vikings first down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins now. This goes out wide from Madison. Touchdown! Alexander Madison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Next to score, Panthers 26, Vikings 16.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got the 2-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They hand this off to Harris. 70 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. A lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down is Young. He finds his target, Beckham. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Down.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the give, this is Harris. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. That's caught by Addison.
And there's a pretty play for Madison. He seems like a perfect fit for the Vikings. Obviously, Minnesota loves receivers who produce, and Addison, one of college's best and most productive receivers the last couple of seasons.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Next to score, Panthers 29, Vikings 24.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Down the left sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Hey, cross field.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense.
for me, made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping.
Legends on 3, 2, 1.